Okay, what I'm going to demonstrate for you right now is how to create cables without a cable needle. Traditionally, what you would do when you want to make cables like these is to use a cable needle or a double point needle. And what you would do is you would slip the first stitches in your cable and either hold them to the front if you want a left crossing cable like this one, or you would slip them and hold them to the front if you want a right crossing cable. But instead of that, it makes it a little bit easier if you just know how to rearrange the stitches on your needle, a cable needle. So what we'll do for our right crossing cable, the first thing we're going to do is slip our yarn to the front of our work. And then we're going to insert our right needle through the first two stitches, and we're just simply going to slip those off onto the right hand needle, and then we're going to put our yarn into the back and then knit the next two stitches off of our left cable needle. And now what we're going to do is we're going to pick up those first two slip stitches and knit those. And the way that we're going to do that is by rearranging our stitches on our needle. We want these two stitches to be on the left side so that we'll create that cross in the cable. So how we're going to do that is slip our yarn to the front again, and we're going to go to the back of our work. And if you look here, we've already knit these two. So we're going to knit these two, but first we want to rearrange them on our needle. We want them over here to the left of the two stitches that we just knit. So what you're going to do is you're going to insert your needle. I'm going to get this working yarn out of the way. Try to get this where you can see it. Insert your needle through those two stitches that we slipped. Okay? Now in order to rearrange them so that they're on the left side of the two stitches we just knit, we're going to remove this right needle. So we're going to want to be quick about this, and we're going to want to make sure that those two stitches that we already knit remain where they're at. All we're going to do is just pull out this needle and slip it into these two stitches. Okay? So we'll secure those. We're going to pull the needle out, pick up, and then twist. And what we've done, if you take a look here, is we've made that right cross in our cable. So now we're ready to knit those stitches that we just rearranged. So we'll bring our yarn back to the back, and we'll simply knit those two stitches. Okay, so that's our right crossing cable. And then we'll purl over to our next one, and I'll show that to you once more. Okay, this time I'll show you the traditional way of knitting, English style. Okay, so again, you want your yarn, your working yarn in the front. You're going to slip those first two off. Okay, and then yarn back to the back. Knit the next two stitches. Okay, and then we've got that yarn in front of those two stitches. That kind of helps you to know which stitches you're picking up. Okay, so we're going to drop our yarn here, and we're going to turn to the back of our work, locate those two stitches that we slipped, insert our needle. Okay, and then we're going to pull that needle out again. Remember, we want to make sure that these knit stitches are nice and puckered out. You can kind of pull on them if you feel more comfortable. Remove our needle and pick them right back up. And we've twisted our stitches, twisted our cable. And now we're ready to knit those two stitches that we reorganized on our needle, or resituated. Okay, so there's our cable. And next I'll demonstrate our left crossing cable. There's just a different way to rearrange the stitches on your needle. So we'll purl over to that one. Okay, Now for this one, instead of putting our yarn in the front of our work, as we did before on the right crossing cable, we're going to keep it in the back. And we're going to slip those first 2 stitches onto our right needle. Okay, go ahead and knit the next 2. And now when we pick up the 2 that we slipped, we're simply going to just do so on the front of our work. Okay? And again, we want to pick these up. We want to drop these that we slipped. We want to pick these ones up that we already knit. So carefully, you're just going to pick them right back up again. And as you can see, we've twisted our cable to be a left twisting cable. And then we're going to knit those stitches. Okay, and I'll show you that again in the English style. Purl over to our next cable. Okay. So again, all we do is slip our first 2 stitches onto our right hand needle, knit the next 2, okay, and then insert our left hand needle through those first, make sure I'm getting them correctly here, through those first 2 slipped stitches. Okay, and I find with the English style it's a little bit harder. I just drop my yarn all together, kind of pick these out, make sure they're not going to go anywhere when you pull your right hand needle out. Okay, kind of hold them there, pull out our needle and pick them right back up. So we've twisted our cable. And then we're just going to knit those. And there is our cable. So that is the right twisting and the left twisting cables without the use of a cable needle.